and welcome back. I wanted to thank you all. I was so overwhelmed by your support for my last video. Your likes, your views, your comments, your subs. You know, I've been strolling along the streets of YouTube, happily making my little niche videos about people who I consider to be extremists, quietly following all this Chille drama from afar. And when he began to get more and more extreme, and then started striking everyone for like even mentioning him, he kind of entered my wheelhouse. So I created my video, and you all responded with such amazing support. So thank you again. So while Chille is off stewing and buffering somewhere, I thought we'd catch up on how our favorite content creators are handling his absence. It's left a hole in the hallowed halls of YouTube. Chille left at a most inopportune time, while everyone was all puffed up and aghast. Temperatures were high, and then crickets. No foes to battle in this war of parody. Sadly, they began looking at each other.
Oh, it's very, very easy to be a hard man when you're in a different country, isn't that right? Because you think that that person can't come and have a chat with you. Now, you agreed earlier to sit down and have a conversation with me in Boston, thinking that it was probably all piss and vinegar. Well, it's not. It's not piss and vinegar. It's Guinness and fucking whiskey, buddy, because I'm going to be there at the weekend, come hell or high water. Trust me on that one. And I wonder if you're going to say the same shit that you're saying in your live stream right now. Thank you for helping me to make up my mind. I appreciate it. Because I got some words for you. We're going to have a look at what he's saying about me over here at the moment. What I want you to do is share the shit out of this so that we can go and have a conversation to this lad. This needs to be done. This guy needs to sit down with me and have some words. I'm not talking about going hands-on or being a tough guy or any of that kind of shit. He said that I was too afraid to bring him on my live stream earlier. No, not at all. He said that I was afraid to go on his shitty little live stream. Not at all. But I tell you what I will do. I'll man up and I'll go right out there and I'll talk to you. Because that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm all about. You want to be an internet tough guy? Fine. You be an internet tough guy all you want. Do you have what it takes to meet me face to face? I'd be willing to say you don't. Chille certainly didn't. You seem to think you're so much better than him. Let's see if you will come and meet me on Saturday in Boston.
So Irish Demon confused a lot of people last week. He was having his usual fun-filled live stream. Shiz came in, minding her own business, giving him a really hard time, which we love. Lauren and Turtle Boy came into the room, and the next thing we know, words are spoken, and Irish Demon's leaving for Boston the next day from Ireland. Many of his fans were confused. Some were befuddled. Some even took the vapors. And the next thing we know, he's back in Ireland with a sad tale, to be sure. But a good many of his subs still don't even know why he went in the first place. Why cross the pond for one weekend because words, when it could have been settled on Zoom or FaceTime or, gosh, a phone call? And why did some of Irish Demon's fans think he was rude to them about the whole thing? I don't know what happened there. I must have missed something. But they are talking about it. So inquiring minds want to know. Suffice it to say, there are rumors causing a stir within the Irish Demon community. And I just don't know what that's all about. He better nip that in the bud.
Please, like you face to face all the fucking time. You think I'm afraid of for one fucking minute, you think I'm afraid of you. You think I'm worried about you? Did anybody else put a fucking shamrock in the side chat if you noticed the change in his demeanor when he realized that I'm on my fucking way out there?
Not Shannon from 5 months ago. This is Shannon who's, I'm on a YouTube
she's
channel
working,
now, so
Fatal
I'm
Bunny.
fucking big and tough now.
And it'd be too
We're going to dance
anyway.
with the devil. We're going to be making a trip to Medfield.
No, I'm not going to end
You
up
want
in
to
jail. I'm not going to do
dance with the
anything
devil?
stupid.
You want to be big time Shannon? We're going to do some audits. We're gonna have some fun with this. Watch out.
Have fun with it, buddy, and then I'll fucking have fun with it. Because that's how I fucking roll. If I have to go back there again, I'll fucking go back there again. Maybe I'll do some fucking audits. How about that?
So a lot of people just didn't know what was going on here. Like, where was this anger coming from? These people, the three of them, were just slinging insults at each other. And how did you get yourself involved in something that's been going on for quite a long time now? It was just very weird. I love Irish Demon. That was just very weird.
Let's see if you like that.
Yeah. All legal, of course, free speech.
And crap
Yeah,
jokes.
all right.
Like, God, we're not over. You're over there miserable with your high school burn book because anyone that doesn't want to talk to
And she really talked about Social Security. Bitch, you're friends with Brett. Brett is a walking poster child for Social Security. It's like the first thing you think of when you look at him. That and emphysema.
you is bad. Go fuck yourself, dude. You made yourself look real fucking dumb so many times and you're just making it worse.
Yeah, we're here with like.
How did running for office go? Because your own words bit you in the ass, you fucking bitch.
Now, lads and
Dump
lasses, let me
truck!
just, tell you right now. Thank you so much for the PayPal donations towards. I think I don't know about you guys, but I am looking forward to getting these two fantastic ladies some lovely flowers and nice things and going out for a fucking meal and meeting up with a whole bunch of you guys. If you're down around that way, I don't know what day we're actually meeting or whatever we're doing. Come fucking say hello, man. Let's go to a fucking cool Irish bar, have some pints of Guinness, like. Let's have a fucking good time. Let's make the most of this shit. I'm only going to be there for a couple of days. I'll be back. Don't get me wrong. I'm fucking sure I will. Because I've got a feeling that when I make him my bitch, which I will, I have no doubt about it. I don't mean that physically. Unless, of course, like, he seems to be playing this whole tough guy thing and his friend is playing this whole tough guy fucking thing here in the side chat as well. If they want to go down that route with me, fine. I know what I'm about. I know what I can do. Whatever. I'm not afraid of these fucking guys. Like, I'm 32 years old. I've been a bouncer since I was 18. I know what I can do, and I'm fairly fucking confident I know what you can do or not do. So you're going to go to single mother's house, as Shiz is saying in the side chat, and abuse them because you're triggered at me. Let's see how that fucking works out for you. Let's see how that works out. Tony, could you message me on Discord? Because my internet is giving me trouble right now.
Why debate when you can sit in an echo chamber, Mr. Subscribers Only mode for your 20 people in your live chat? Echo chamber.
Yeah, so you hit
hit
the subscribe button.
And you're saying I
Why
have
the
to
fuck would
stop
anybody
grinding
subscribe
your
to you?
fake dead
You
kid.
bitch. Go to your teeth.
Oh, motherfucker, you didn't. Hey, Turtle Boy, let me put this to you. You didn't. If I come out to Boston, would you sit down in a room and have a chat with me there, no cameras or anything? Or would you pussy out? Because I've got a feeling you would. Would you?
Well, he'd say no cameras, but he'd record in his pocket a la Chille because
Why would you do no cameras?
Breaking wiretapping.
I would do no cameras because I'm a fucking man. I don't need to go out there and make this about content. I don't intend to go out and film a whole lot. Might take some fucking selfies and shit when we go out for apps and fucking pints afterwards. But I don't need to make content out of this. I'm not you. I don't need this for fuck.
Okay, just little question. If you're not planning on making content about it, why are you making content about it? Because you had a lot of people expecting to kind of be, go along with you on this ride of retribution for something. A lot of people weren't sure what. But then you didn't give them any content. So why did you even go on a live stream to talk about any of this? I don't know. I just don't know. It's weird. Just a little weird. So we'll leave them to hopefully sort that all out and move on to another drama rocking our little corner of the YouTube world.
Right. And like, especially because sometimes I do shit that pisses people off, which is sort of my thing if you're new here. And I'll get like angry messages like, I can't believe I ever supported this girl, which like, if you feel that way, please email me with your transaction information at info@massholereport.com and we will promptly issue a refund. I don't want anyone to feel morally outraged or anything like that. and pay for it. I don't mind if you do that for free. But yeah, so I mean, and I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. It's just like, I understand that to a certain level, when you are accepting money from others, you are beholden to them. And I really, really try to behave and like, be a better person today than I was yesterday. But sometimes it just doesn't fucking work out. And that's what's entertaining about this. Like, let's be real. That's why you're all here. I get into fucking pissing matches with narcissists and fucking psychos, and I roll around in the mud and everybody claps and cheers until I make a move that you don't like, right?
The idea that Kate is beholden to her fans it's kind of overwhelming. I mean, she does indeed have pressure of competing expectations, and her trolls have competing intentions and goals. And they're not really Kate's trolls in any organized form or fashion. They gravitate to her causes, including this war with Chille, because his brand of ego, tyranny, and over-the-top grifting drove them to do something. And she greatly benefits from most all of them on good days. She has quite a large pool to reach into when she needs information, or to push a story out that needs to see the light of day, to let bad actors, in Chille's case literally, know that eyes are on them for clicks and views, and to pull money when she's raising funds from them. And on the not so great days, she has a hard time corralling them with all of their competing interests. She has a lot of expectations to live up to, and that's not realistically possible. She's recently had to return a very large donation because she did something to piss off the donor. I personally don't understand conditional giving, but hey, I guess it's a way to punish someone for displeasing you. As far as I'm concerned, once the money has left my little fingers, I don't have the energy to follow it around. I just don't. And in these halls of YouTube, now you have the creators that have been battling with Chille now talking about free speech. But the people, the trolls, have become attached to what they consider a good and worthwhile cause. Make no mistake about it. The trolls are not participating with Kate or Team or Irish or anyone because they want to pick on people they consider innocent, weak, and defenseless. They aren't just playing with toys. They consider that an added bonus. This is kind of a collective speak that nobody's listening to. They want Chille off YouTube. They're trying to tell these creators. They believe he is so offensive, so harmful, and so destructive that his ideology has no place on YouTube. You guys wanted their engagement, you wanted their attention, you wanted them to care. You got it. Now what are you going to do about it? Because this is not about free speech to many of them. In fact, most of the trolls that I've spoken to don't want to silence Chille. They just don't want him here. And they're hoping that their social influence, which is an integral part of this society, will create real or imagined pressure in Chille's mind or with YouTube. Chille Decastro can learn from all the accounts YouTube has banned that he does not have a constitutionally guaranteed right to be on YouTube.
Merb is an asshole, which is why I like him. And I mean that, like, but he's not one to coddle, and sometimes it becomes almost, too much for the mainstream. I get that, like, right, like nobody likes the guy that comes in and just like literally screams out racial slurs. I get that, like, right, like he's not doing it because he's actually racist that I know of. Okay, I'm not in his heart or mind. I don't know. He's never like DM'd me and been like, do you know what I am thinking about today, Kate? And I'm like, what, Merb? And he's like, exterminating the Jewish race. Like, I've never had a conversation like with that. So I feel like that we're off to a good start, right? Like, he's never been like, do you know what I just really don't like? I'm like, what? And he's like, black people in line at the grocery store. Like, he's never said
lawyer
like
time.
That.
Maybe find a better line here. Now, the thing with Merb is I have never seen Merb portray any sort of bigotry, racism, or any phobias. I have seen him use words specifically because Merb is real big on free speech. I've seen him use words and then try and get people to articulate why they're offended by the use of that word when it wasn't directed at someone or even used in a negative way. And so I realized that. But Merb is also an old school troll, man. He wants to discuss with people. He wants to provoke a response so that he can engage with people, and that's what he does. And
The Merb wants to provoke a response so he can engage with people. Oh God, that's funny, because Merb knows that YouTube is not a public forum and it doesn't guarantee its users the right to free speech, and he's well aware that some words are in fact not allowed on YouTube. I mean, you don't have to trust Merb. You can ask Chuck Prager, and he'll tell you his tale of woe about not being able to spread conspiracies and misinformation here. That when he attempted to indoctrinate children by flooding their YouTube children's programs with ads about anti-climate change, anti-COVID-19 medication, white nationalist stances about white erasure and the like, that YouTube stepped in and put a stop to that pretty quick. And Chuck will tell you how mean YouTube was to him, not letting him be above their stated guidelines. And when he took them to court, because I guess he thought they were the government and he was due First Amendment protection, the court said, no, this is not, in fact, the government. This is a private business. So he lost, and he lost on appeal. And he's not done fighting. So Merb wants to engage with people. Someone needs to inform Merb about this quick.
If you're the kind of person that if Merb uses a word that you are offended by, immediately clutch your pearls and yell, "Oh my God, I'm offended," then it's not going to go well for you with Merb, because he wants to find out why. He wants to talk about it.
Kate's fans are pieces of shit. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. And remember, I'm not monetized. I don't care if you unsub. Have a great day.
Well, that's one way to engage with people, I guess. He seems extremely interested in the notion of the exchange of thoughts, ideas, and points of view, doesn't he? You know, it's great that some people on Kate's panel think Merb is the bee's knees. It becomes a little bit of a problem when he publicly states that Kate's fans are pieces of shit, because they use words which he is purportedly a huge fan of, so we're told, to voice their displeasure. Yeah, this guy's a real peach. And speaking of Merb,
another thing is that I have publicly come out now as gay. I'm a homosexual. Maybe you can understand why I get to use faggot. I get to say the word. It's my word because I'm gay. Now, for those of you who can't get the joke, who don't get the joke, me calling Jose Maria de Castro a flaming faggot, if he wants to say that's defamation, he has to prove to the court that being a faggot or being called a faggot is defamatory, that it harms you. He has to basically say that faggots are bad. That's what he has to say. And none of you got it. All of you Karens out there. Oh my God, he said faggot. Oh my God.
oh my God. Okay. All right, did Merb actually come out of the proverbial closet on YouTube to troll Chille and the people who were upset with him for using that word? And look at him yucking it up there like he really got him. How does one even begin to unpack that? First of all, why didn't he say that in Irish Demon's live stream when he caused a big old hot mess in there with that word? And does that make it better? Does that make the word okay? I mean, I don't think that makes the word okay. And I think it's quite a bit rude as well. Irish already has monetization problems, and I believe that he removed that stream out of concern. I just don't think the word is necessary, and I know that it's harmful because I just spent an unplanned Thanksgiving with an amazing young gay man who had traveled back home to his little backwoods neighborhood to visit his family for the holiday. And because of the way he was dressed, within 10 minutes of walking through that door, he was asked to leave to a cacophony echoing that word, telling him he was an abomination, that he was going to burn in hell. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving. A few years ago, I met another young gay man, 16 years old, working at our local coffee shop, trying to make coffee for us as the tears were rolling down his face. So we found out what was wrong. He told us that his father had just found out that morning from his mother that he was gay. And using that word, the father made him gather up all his belongings and kicked him out of the house, homeless. And you know how I know that I don't think that that word is okay with Merb either? Because Merb chose a different word to define himself with. It looks like Blue Bacon has received a few apologies from some people who questioned his service record after he was doxxed by Chille. A fair amount of people were upset about the way Blue went about his clandestine weekend of obfuscation and obstruction. Imagine what it's like to be in the CIA. There are very few jobs that celebrate big ol' liars and actually encourage them to get better at it. I hope no one in my family is in the CIA. That would suck. But these people, 3 of them, at least one former service member, PhD, decided to start accusing Blue of all kinds of dishonorable acts, stolen valor, before all the paperwork and facts came in. And when those facts did come in, they basically supported what Blue had said. 2 of them apologized. PhD here, he definitely did not.
He's wrong, or he doesn't care that he's wrong. And either one of those directly translates into, the mentality of him just doing the wrong thing. So yeah, is it childish that I called him out? You could say that. Is it relevant to the discussion though? Absolutely.
All right. So if people haven't seen both Scriven and Sean have made statements, both basically apologizing for making it what was made of it. I'm not going to put me am the not Merb, not Sean, not Scriven, nobody else but me accused him of stolen valor, as in he was never even a military, or never even military at all. That was on me. I was wrong. That came out pretty quick. I mean, you guys need to realize, I don't know if it's understood quite how fast all this stuff kind of happened. But we got pictures of him in the band and all that good stuff, right? Boom. I said, hey, I was wrong. Mea culpa. His stories still didn't add up about the MP. And to be perfectly honest, they still don't. There's a couple other things here too. So being wrong and lying are 2 separate things, 100% 2 separate things, right? I was wrong about the stolen valor, and then I was wrong thinking he was never an MP and saying it and saying, hey, I thought he was never an MP. He was an MP. Here's his timeline, professional timeline, right? 2013, he joined. By 2014, he had graduated basic training and OUST. I was in the Army, but I wasn't in the army, so to speak. I don't really know that much, so I might screw some of this up. 2013, he joined. 2014, he is an MP out of Fort Leonard Wood. First duty station is Germany. He is in Germany from 2014 to 2016. During that 2014 to 2016 time, it looks like he was working counter drugs as a specialist with CID, I guess. I mean, that's just what it looks like, but that's what he was doing as a specialist. 2016, he gets orders back to the States, back to JBLM. He Joint Base Lewis McChord. This is Washington, right? So he goes there. 2017, he graduates MPI, Military Police Investigator. He is now in 2017, a year after he left Germany, a military police investigator certified guy, right? All of it true. He's at JBLM. In 2018, he gets promoted to sergeant, again, while at JBLM stateside. And then in 2019, he leaves active duty and joins the 133rd Band. That's it. There's the timeline. I got it. And whether people want to think it's from official records or not, do you believe Master Sergeant retired? Because he's saying the exact same thing I am saying in terms of timeline. That is where I got the official timeline. I didn't make anything up. I didn't wait. Everybody was up in arms, understandably. So I reached out to get the information without getting a hard copy. I trusted the source of information and I trusted the information, right? And the person I got it from, you trust also. Everybody here trusts the guy, right? That is where I got my timeline information. The timeline then was further corroborated by the part of the DD 214 that Mike put out. And that is where he puts his, it's like date entered, date left service, overseas date, which is Germany, which shows in the timeline that he put as 1 year, 11 months, and 25 days. That's how long he was in Germany, period. I mean, his record, he is showing that himself, right? So what he provided didn't disprove anything. In fact, it corroborated the timeline of his official records that we already had.
Poor guy. He seemed genuinely unhappy to discover that Blue was telling the truth. I've never seen such sadness over a DD-214. And I'm sorry, did he list Merb as one of the people helping him? I'm trying to get away from Merb. I came onto this guy and now Merb pops up. He seemed to pop up everywhere there's drama. Well, what's up with that?
So that is it. Look, I know YouTube works differently. I found that out. I've just never been in a situation where somebody makes a claim about military background, another vet or vets start calling bullshit, but then it's on the dude's calling bullshit to disprove his lie.
That's kind of the way it works. And you had two things going against you. You were spreading false information about stolen valor, and you were doing it prior to discovering whether it was true or not. Why would he help you?
You see what I'm saying? Like, it was all, I mean, I know you guys like Blue Bacon. I get it. You know, he's got 20K followers. I have 500. So, I mean, I got it. But think about about the scenario of all of this, right? So then Blue Bacon doesn't want to start proving anything, and he starts giving dudes, vets, combat vets, starts giving snarky answers, start calling me or us, I think he called us drug addicts at one point because I smoke weed. Somebody blamed it on my PTSD. I mean, and then somebody even made the claim, hey, me don't think he protested too much, that maybe I'm not who I say I am. Okay, cool. But apparently you don't have to prove anything to anybody ever on YouTube. That's just so weird.
Yeah, it's so weird that you can insult and accuse people on YouTube and they aren't required to help you investigate something you didn't bother to investigate prior to the accusation. The nerve of some people, I tell you. So that wraps it up for my little version of the War Room Report. There's something to do while Chille's away. Suffice it to say that nerves are frayed. Some people, there are people getting the feels pretty badly. Some people, they are questioning this mighty alliance, wondering, will the bonds of goodwill and Elmer's glue continue to hold us together? Precariously perched here, looking around, wondering what's going on. Or will we implode under the weight of our own parody? Who the hell knows? But I thought I'd leave us on a note that helps us remember why the hell we're here. Cheers.
My name is Chille Decastro, and I've been branded a racist. There is a group of people online. Some of them are in BLM, some of them are in an online cult called The Fold. And what they do is they push communism, BDS, and if you disagree with their political ideology, they brand you a white supremacist. They brand you a racist.
This is the problem here, right? Is that there is no care or interest in evidence or the facts or justice. Really, it's about, if you're not on our team, then you are a racist, you're a white supremacist, you're a terrorist.
If you are sick and tired of seeing this happen, then this is the video for you, because we are taking them down.
So it appears I have made the racist white people in Clarkston very upset.
Listen, at the end of the day, I exposed this man for a racist.
And when black women speak up, white men silence our voices.
There's a guy on TikTok named Chille Decastro, and is outed as a motherfucking racist.
I really feel like some of y'all be trying to bait me, because you send me videos like this. But as a black man in America serving in the United States military, I damn sure understand it. My service ain't above my skin color.
And most white people quote Dr. King so much because he's the only civil rights leader they were ever taught about, because he's the only one the system ever felt comfortable with.
I've partnered with a production company that's produced films such as The Clinton Chronicles, The 60-Minute Deception, and The Death of Vince Foster. We are going to document the takedown of these communists. The best part about what we're doing is that the law works on our side. Most people know me as a constitutional scholar or a legal aficionado. I've helped several people study for the California State Bar exam. The documentary breaks down into 4 parts. The first part is the best part. It's the takedown. The second part is the chase. The third part is the federal indictment. And the fourth part is getting back to the mission. Getting America back to the standard of liberty and freedom. The Bill of Rights and the Constitution guarantees by God. If you love this country and you love America, then please go to our website, brandedaracist.com.
So all across social media, I'm seeing post after post, getting a good laugh at Ku Klux Karen. That's Jenna Ryan, for those of you who don't know. She got on a plane on January 6th and went to help storm the Capitol building.
Is she really a racist?
Yeah.
Or did she just believe that the election had been stolen? Like so many others, this is a call to action. Forward this email to 5 friends. Jump in, pitch in, become one of our supporters. Get the updates, find out what we're doing and exactly what we're documenting. Donate now. We're looking for the first installment to create the first part of the documentary immediately. We're ready to move. The question is, are you going to let this email just sit in your box? Or are you going to contribute and forward this email to 5 people?